Today I'm going to attack this large piece of something. It's a bit wormy on the outside, so the first thing is to see if I can turn some of that off and then go down the end with the holoform rig. We'll see what happens. Slightly less worm at this end, so I'm going to taper it that way, I think. I've changed the jaws to some record pad long deep gripper jaws, so I probably have about 3/4 inch tenon. Lose a bit, but it's better to be safe. The shape was sort of developing on the hoof, which is never a good idea, and also the place where I was going to do the cut developed on the hoof, and so I decided to do it at the middle point where the profile is being changed. It's looking a little heavyweight and a bit weird, but I've kind of gone with it now. Right, so now I'm going to part it off down the middle and remount it into the chuck jaws so that I can hollow out the bottom. So that's parted off, and I'm now going down with the various size Forstners, taking out as much as I can before I start to try and hollow it out. Interesting, despite it being 2010 and very dry, in the middle, moisture. So it just goes to prove things don't dry beyond a couple of inches. So I've now set up the Simon Hope hollowing system, got the carbide cutter set at dead centre, supported by the tool rest so that lifts it up to make sure that it is at dead centre, and the cutter tip rotated down about 15 degrees. And the laser is set so that the side walls are about 7 to 10 mil thick. And as you can see, the laser light just drops off the side of the wood when you get to the required thickness. As long as you set it up correctly, dead easy. So sometime later, now ready to do the top section, which is a lot smaller. I've turned it off like a box lid, so it's got a tenon to go into a mortise in the base, so that when it's glued up it's nice and solid. Decided to put a Forstner all the way down from the base all the way through, which was a mistake because that long shaft on the Forstner was sufficiently flexible that the hole at the top didn't come out exactly dead central. As it turned out, it wasn't impossible to actually overcome that from the top, but I shouldn't have done it. I should have only gone part of the way through with the long shaft, as I'd already begun to plan to turn a mortise in the base on the inside so that I could reverse chuck it to finish the top off, because I'd not thought that one through properly. So I could have drilled the top from the top if I'd thought it through. Fortunately, just doing some back cuts with a spindle gouge to sort out the flare at the top. Blended in the hole down the middle without any problem at all. After some sanding on the inside, make sure it's smooth as possible. Time to align the grain, glue up and hold between centres to make sure it doesn't wobble off. I've just popped a wooden jam chuck around the outside of the tailstock drive just to sort of fit it in and align it so that it's spot on when it glues. So there it is, all glued up, ready for some sanding sealer and wax, and a few grooves with the V tool, which were then put with the burn wire, and some wax afterwards to finish it off. Not too sure about the shape, but it is a very effective dry flower vase.